I want you to do well in this course. In this short video, I'll give you some crucial tips for success. The most important tip is this: you need to manage your time. You're not showing up for class every day in an online course, so what you need is a pretty regular daily routine. You need to have a special time and place to accomplish this work every day. You should set that up for yourself right now. Whether sitting on the couch with your laptop, sitting at your desk, looking at the lectures on your cell phone and taking notes on a laptop. Arrange that. Get your favorite coffee mug. If you're a night person, do it at night. If you're a morning person, do it during the morning. If you're working, do it when it fits in. You need to figure out how this is going to work for the next month. That's the most important tip. Close in second place is do not fall behind. This is a time compressed course. We're fitting a semester's worth of work into about a month. So it's crucial that you don't fall behind. You want to print at least the last couple pages of the syllabus that have the schedule, and you want to religiously consult this. There are absolute carved in stone due dates for discussion postings and for tests. That's my way to make sure that you're keeping up with the pace in the course. And those due dates are in the syllabus. Don't be fooled by this picture. There's a point at which more coffee will not solve the problem. So don't get to that point. By all means, drink coffee, but drink responsibly. The next point is that you have to read absolutely everything that is assigned. Maybe you've had courses where the professor assigns 500 pages every week and they expect that you'll read 5 of those pages. That's not this course. I only assign short, totally reasonable readings, but I expect you to really read them carefully. You want to read them slowly, and you want to highlight or mark up the page as you're going. You want to kind of fight with the text and almost have an argument with it as you're going along. This reading is a little bit difficult, not because it's poorly written in most cases. It's just difficult because it was written by some guy in ancient times and it's been translated from another language. Or it can be difficult just because there are complex arguments going on, and the philosopher is discussing not only his own views, but is also giving other people's objections to his own views and then answering them. Also, these are just really smart people, and really smart people are harder to keep up with, but I'm going to help you keep up with them. To do well in this class, you really have to watch all the lectures, every single one of them. There are many great features of a screencast lecture. For one thing, they're shorter. They're always shorter. The kind of lecture that I give in 80 minutes in a classroom, which has a little discussion mixed in, of course, I get that lecture down to 50 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes even 30 minutes. So they're shorter. Second, you don't have to see my face. Look, I'm not exactly a supermodel. I have a face that was just made for radio. And you didn't take this class to see me walk around and talk, so you just get to see my slides and my writing and so on, and it helps you focus on what I'm saying. Another great thing about screencast lectures is that you can pause and or rewind and replay. Sometimes maybe the ideas are just coming really fast. Sometimes maybe you're not quite following what I'm saying. Particularly if English is not your first language, students find this very helpful to be able to rewind and replay, so do it. Another great thing is that they're designed to be viewable on absolutely any device. I use big type, I have simple slides for the most part, and you should actually be able to read them on a smartphone if you want to. And while you're watching, you want to take notes, lots of notes. I don't recommend doing it like this young lady here, wearing too many rings and doing it on a little pad of paper. You can do it on paper if you want, but almost everybody can type faster than they can write. So what I recommend is that you use a big computer screen and have the lecture going in one window, and then over to the side you have Word or a word processor open where you're typing notes. Now there are two extremes about taking notes. One extreme is that you write down every single thing that I say. That's on one side. And on the other side there is you write only the things that I write or only what's written on the slides. You don't want to do either of these extremes, but you want to be closer to the first. So if you only write what I'm writing, you're not taking enough notes. You're just not. I don't screw around in these lectures and tell jokes and things. I'm pretty much saying all important stuff that's relevant to tests and papers and whatnot. So you want to be closer to the extreme of writing everything I say. Still, it's an art form. It's a matter of judgment exactly how much you write when you take notes. but you should try to do a good job with those. You're going to want to have complete notes in front of you when you sit down to do the tests. Now, as you do all this, you'll find that you have things to say. Fantastic! Tell us what you have to say. While you're still all excited after you've done the lecture, taken notes and so on, get right onto the discussion board and answer the required question and then respond to other people. That is kind of taking the place of classroom discussion for us, so you're probably going to have questions and comments in addition to just answering the assigned question too. So by all means, ask. I'm going to be hitting those discussion boards every day, and if you ask something, I'm going to get back within 24 hours. That's my commitment for the duration of this course. Let's listen carefully to one another. We're going to have some really interesting conversations. You might want to look again at the syllabus section 6 for the 3 things that you have to do for each and every discussion board. And I haven't put a discussion board after absolutely every lecture. I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to make the course be too much time. I want you to have some brain power left to process all this heavy stuff that we're talking about. But you'll see in the syllabus it's listed to the right of the lecture topic when you have a discussion board that's associated with that lecture. My last point is that you should enjoy. It's a great privilege to be able to think through these deep, important questions with some of history's greatest minds, and that's what we're going to do. And it's going to be an intellectual adventure for you. So try out new ideas, question your assumptions, disagree with the professor, make arguments against what I'm saying, and I will think that's cool. Philosophers love to argue. They love to discuss. This isn't a class where I'm just going to sit there and tell you how it is. I do have to get you to understand the material, but I also realize that other philosophers disagree on various things that I'm saying. So if you disagree, I would like to hear it. I just would like you to give arguments and engage in conversation. Don't let it bother you if there are not definitive, quick answers to these things. I believe that a person can make up his or her mind about these things, but it's not easy. What's more important right now is that you exercise your critical thinking muscles. You'll probably find that you want to return later to some of these topics, and this class will equip you to read philosophical discussions and understand them. You might wrestle with some of these things for years, but you know, that's the joy of philosophy. I hope this course will make you hungry for more of it, and I look forward to seeing you online.